Hey everybody, TGIF. For those of you who are working, I think I may have a part-time job. I went into a place I worked briefly the last couple of weeks part-time, and said he thought he had a position open, so I got to go piss in a cup again. I did that a couple of weeks ago, but apparently when people got done with the temporary work, they wiped all their records, so I might have to do it again. But I might have a job at least enough to, you know, a few nights a week, supplement my income. So anyway, I'm going to sort of celebrate. I'm going to do a seasonal beer. I did this last year, so I'm going to do the 2012 version of the Schlafly pumpkin ale. I'm not a big pumpkin ale fan, but this is one, the first time I had it 3 years ago, never reviewed it. Thought it was stellar. I mean, I've heard about the pumpkin. I do have one of my subscribers said he's going to send me a couple bottles of pumpkin. I hope he does. I'd like to compare them, do them side by side, do one separately and do one side by side. But anyway, I'm going to do this year's version of the Schlafly pumpkin ale. It says a little bit from the website. It says our pumpkin ale blends the spices of the harvest with a full-bodied sweetness for a beer that tastes like pumpkin pie. Pounds of pumpkin form a malty foundation that supports the fall flavors of cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. It's a bit early. This used to come out in September and October, and now here it is August, and it's already out. But seasonal beers are getting pretty weird lately. A little more from the website. It says, for some history anyway, it says, while pumpkin beers were produced in the early days of the American colonies, they were different from the pumpkin beers we know today. Colonists used pumpkin and squash as a fermenting medium, since malted barley was scarce. Once malt became more readily available, it replaced these alternatives to grain. In the 1990s, American craft beer brewers reintroduced the style to the delight of pumpkin beer drinkers. Okay, this comes in at 8% ABV, 16 IBUs, so let me get this Schlafly pumpkin ale in a glass and see if this year's version is as good as the versions before. I mean, this is stellar. I'll tell you, if that pumpkin is better than this, I'm really looking forward to trying it. But anyway, what we got here is a nice dark amber, almost rusty copper beer. Just a slight, not even, maybe a pinky of a slightly tight off-white head. I know from experience this leaves some good lacing. Mostly clear, like I said, minimal head there. So let me get a nose on this and see what we have. First one of the year. Cheers. Oh yeah. You got there's your pumpkin pie right on the spot. You got your pumpkin, you got your cinnamon, you got your nutmeg, got your brown sugar, maybe even a bit of vanilla. Smells like a really good pumpkin pie. Not overly manufactured like some of the pumpkin ales. Almost taste artificial. Let me get a taste on this. I'm really looking forward to this. 8% ABV, can't be too bad. They don't call it Imperial, but it damn near is there. So let me get a taste. Oh yeah. Got your brown sugar. Definitely get that pumpkin right up front. Well, right up front, following some breadiness. This, I think I mentioned last year, this is like eating a pumpkin pie in reverse. It still is. You get that breadiness like a pie crust right in the beginning, then that sweet pumpkin. The spices kick in, nutmeg, hint of cinnamon, clove. Get those in the middle. And it really finishes nice and clean. There's a little lingering taste, but not a ton. But wow, this is a stellar beer. The slight bitterness on the finish is not a hop bitterness. It's like cloves, maybe some nutmeg. As bitter as they can be sometimes, I guess. The 8% alcohol, you don't even taste. You don't even feel. I mean, it's extremely well hidden. It's just nearly undetectable. It's medium-bodied, decent carbonation, lets the flavors linger a little bit, but again, not a totally clean finish, but a fairly clean finish. I'm not a big pumpkin beer fan. This is the only one I really like. I may hit a couple of the other local ones. I know O'Fallon's is out. I reviewed that last year. I'll see how that one compares to this year's, but wow, this is a stellar beer. So let me sit and let this warm up a bit, and I'll come back after a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. It's only been 10 minutes or so. Hadn't warmed up a ton, but I'll tell you, this is a stellar beer. As you can see, it's leaving some really nice lacing all the way down the glass. It's warmed up a bit. The ABV is not noticeable at all still. Aroma, yeah, you're getting a definitely it's pumpkin pie in a glass, that's for sure. Your cinnamon, your pumpkin, your nutmeg, brown sugar, your vanilla, just the same as when it was fairly. Well, it wasn't really cool. I had it on one of those blue ice packs in the cooler, but it's warmed up some before I got here. But darn good beer. Taste that maltiness has come out a little more in the beginning, so it's like you're getting that pie crust right in the beginning, and then the pumpkin, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, vanilla, a little bit of clove, all that kicks in the middle. That sort of sticks around. You get that bitterness, like I said before, not from the hops, but from those spices. There's like that spice bitterness that kind of lingers on the tongue a little bit and finishes really nicely. Again, it's medium bodied, decent carbonation, so the flavors linger a little bit, so it's not a super clean finish. But I'm not, like I said before on other reviews, I'm not a real fruit beer fan, or not even really a pumpkin beer fan, and I've not really enjoyed most of them I found, but this one is stellar. I look forward to this coming out every year. It's the third year I've had it, and I really like it. I got 2 12-packs, so if anybody wants to give it a try and maybe do a trade or something, you know, send me a message and maybe we can work something out. Hopefully that one subscriber of mine will send me those pumpkin he said he was going to send, and I'll send him back a couple of these for sure and let him find out how they compare. But I don't know if it gets any better than this. If pumpkin is better, then I really want to taste it. If there's a better pumpkin beer, I do want to taste it. The pumpkin beers seem to be mostly hit or miss, but man, this is a hit out of the ballpark. I mean, this has got to be, I'm going to give it a 10. It's my first 10 in a while. I really can't remember what I gave it last year. I may have given it a 10. This is a stellar beer. Like I said, for one who's not a fan of fruit or pumpkin beers, that's saying a lot. So, till next time, everybody, cheers. And let's keep drinking good beers.